When you filmed this documentary, and I know it was out last year, when did you honestly think there would be an event that would be big enough for the population to say, oh, wow, that's a lot like that documentary I just saw with Dr. Carroll? What did you think it would be? Years, decades?
No, look, when we were filming that documentary, we were also not the documentary people, but work that I was doing. We were tracking and following viruses that we're very concerned about, that have all of the pedigree, if you will, for turning from anonymous into highly impactful. So there are any number of those viruses that we're concerned about. Clearly, coronaviruses, respiratory viruses at large, those viruses that transmit by sneezing and coughing, those are the things we're most concerned about. Vector-borne viruses, such as Zika or yellow fever, their ability to move large distances. Those are the viruses that you're really concerned about. Or viruses like HIV that move stealthily, that they infect and are able to transmit from person to person for a decade before you even know, because we watch for illness, and if it doesn't cause an illness, we don't pay attention to it. So it's really a matter of paying attention to the range of potential behaviors out there for viruses, their own dynamics, and customizing the way you think about them to be reflective of what an individual virus might look like. You know, one of the biggest challenges we have is that we're always fighting the last war. After the West Africa Ebola epidemic, every event after that, we mounted a response as if it were the West Africa Ebola epidemic. There was a significant plague outbreak in Madagascar. The first response was as if it were West Africa Ebola. Whenever we have a influenza event, we respond to the next event, a coronavirus, as if it were an influenza. These things have their own character, their own features. And in some way, part of being smart is being able to develop a detailed understanding of the unique features these viruses have, and then be prepared to develop a response that's customized to those specific features. So when we were filming the pandemic series, influenzas were indicative of respiratory viruses. And we know that China, for a variety of reasons, is a cauldron of emerging viral threats, particularly among influenzas and coronaviruses. So that it came out of China, no surprise. That it was a respiratory disease, no surprise. How we responded to it, now that was a shocker.